Welcome to day 210 of the 300 Movie Challenge. Today we watched the highest grossing film of November 2011, which was... I would just like to hold a moment of silence for me and Valen, as we both stayed clear of... We never read the books, we never watched the movies, we never had an interest in any of the stupid things that were going on with the series. But unfortunately, that all ended tonight when we had to watch Twilight Breaking Down 1.
When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, simple and clean.
Let's see how many people survive the opening to get this.
Do we even want to try to explain why that came up while watching?
Is it even possible to explain why that came up?
I don't even remember why that came up. Somehow you mentioned it, but why? I don't even remember.
Oh, I think it was when they were about to leave their honeymoon or something.
Oh,
I don't remember. Okay, anyway, so that came up for some reason. So yeah, this was my first foray into the Twilight series.
as it was mine.
And it was what? Honestly, this was basically what I expected.
Yeah.
It wasn't worse than I thought it was going to be.
It wasn't better, it wasn't
Said
worse.
it's also not better than what we thought it was going to be.
Well, I don't think we really thought that it was going to be better than bad, like, ever. But
Okay,
It would have been better if this story was told with potatoes.
Mr. and
Sock
Mrs. Potato
puppets.
Head's love story.
Where even... Okay, wait. So, what was the whole purpose of him, like, not turning her into a vampire before everything happened? Because I feel like that would have, like, solved, like, all the major plot points of this whole movie.
Okay, so,
Turn her into a vampire at the very end. And it's kind of like, well, if you just turned her into a vampire in the very beginning, then Jacob wouldn't have been, like emo for the entire movie. And then there wouldn't be this whole thing of like, oh my god, she's gonna die now because she has like this child that's literally breaking her back and everything. And they don't even explain how she became pregnant because apparently vampires don't have any fluids. But regardless.
So, okay. I read the books, mostly just because, I was recommended, and then at the time I was like, okay, people are saying I should read, so I guess I'll read this because it's really easy to read it. It doesn't mean that I was like a huge fan or anything, but there were like one or two characters that I liked, one of which was completely ruined by this particular book. The other one was Charlie. I like the dad. So, okay, so I read the books, and I got so much entertainment seeing their reactions to this movie. It was honestly more entertaining than the entire series combined. So,
it was worth it, I guess.
It was worth it for me to rewatch this movie, but only for your reactions to it. So, as I promised, I was going to answer any questions because their first foray was the beginning of the fourth book.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there were a lot of questions. Okay, starting off with why Bella is not a vampire by this point.
Yeah. Because that would have resolved everything.
It would have. And it also would have prevented... Okay, you guys missed out a lot of her bitching about not being a vampire for 2 books.
Wait,
let me
she
just put
wanted
that.
to be a vampire?
Yes. The whole reason she isn't one is because of Edward. Because Edward didn't want her to be a vampire. Why? I don't know, because he wanted her to be a squishy human for, like, no reason. So that's one thing.
Even though, literally, this whole movie, he's the one who's, like, freaking out about all of this stuff happening.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
And it only
Don't ask
for
me.
to turn her into a vampire at the very end.
Yep.
This,
Okay.
of course.
I mean, to be honest, I can't really think of any other questions I could have, partly because I just don't care. But also, like, obviously we don't know who, like, most of the characters are. Like, all the shit
No.
with, like, the werewolves, we have no idea what the fuck's going on with them. But, like, I don't want the fucking, like, plot summary of every other book, so I just don't even want to care to ask. And, like... And then the fucking, well, okay.
Oh wait, wanted to explain the whole, like, why there were feathers raining down on her and why there was, like, an ostrich rampage that went through the bedroom or something.
Oh, apparently, vampire sex is really intense.
I mean, he broke the fucking bed.
Yeah.
So, that's just about it.
Okay.
Oh.
So-
I thought it would be more creative with the whole ostrich thing.
Yeah, it's just, the Stephanie Meyer vampires are, like, super strong. They have, like, super strength. So, that's basically it. That's why it looks like he beat her, because, bruises appeared on her body because of the intense vampire sex. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
So, I want to address something I've heard about regarding Stephanie Meyer's works of fiction.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
it's this thing that I've heard of where it's basically the whole, like, female fantasy of, like, men taking care of me.
Oh yeah, I heard of this too.
Yeah.
It's very obvious.
Yeah.
Because it's literally, like, all forms of it, right? There's the romantic taking care of, there's, like, the emotional support, there's the fact that it's, you know, the big, strong, beefy guy helping you, that's the fact that, like, it's even, like, the health kind of support stuff, and then it's, like...
I mean, Edward was the one who packed the suitcase.
Yeah, like, literally, like, Bella does fucking nothing. Like, literally nothing.
She brushed her teeth in that one
Oh,
scene.
wow. Fucking props for that. Independent, strong woman. So, it's... Like, okay, look, I'm not gonna, like, sit here and be like, you know, women, like, can't, you know... what's the fucking term? Like, you know, because there is some sense of it where it's like, no, women have to be in charge and always do things themselves. Like, no, it's kind of nice to, you know, have someone else do stuff for you at times, right? So, I'm not gonna go, like, but, like, not... literally everything. Like, come on. It's just, it's so obvious that this is, like, some sort of fantasy of, like, having guys take care of you. And that, like, again, also since there's two of them and they kind of, like, have their own different roles, but yet she still, like, snuggles up to both of them, and it's just, like, it comes off as really, like, sad in a way, because, like,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, this is how you feel. Alright, yeah, it's just, so, that was that, and then, the whole
To say
fucking,
the least, neither I nor Valen are willing to go and watch any of the other movies
Oh.
or read any of the other books.
I'm gonna miss out on some vital lore, I know, but,
Yeah,
you know.
totes.
Both of us are.
Totes.
So, wait, Mai, have you seen or, like, know about, like, the end of this?
Oh yeah, I mean, I read the book.
Okay.
So I know how it
So,
ends.
is it ever actually described how specifically she actually got pregnant?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question.
No. Explicitly no, but
God.
at the end of... Oh my god, the second movie is... I don't know if it's actually even stupider to the point where it's, like, kind of funny, but, basically what happens okay, I don't think anyone cares about Twilight spoilers. So, what happens is that, okay, so Bella gives birth to, like, the Antichrist, basically. So, what they found was that there was another group of, like, half human, half vampire-born hybrid people.
Okay.
And
they exist.
one of those people?
The baby is one of those people because it's like a baby born from the union between a vampire and a human.
Wait. But that doesn't explain why Bella got pregnant.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Okay.
I
Explains what we already knew.
I don't think they explicitly explained why it happened. I might be wrong, but I don't believe they explained that
Great.
explicitly at all.
Cool.
So that literally just happened for plot convenience.
I feel like it could be that fear-mongering of if you don't have protected sex, you'll get, like, pregnant immediately.
But then again, at the same time, though, it was kind of like the whole conversation with the baby. It seemed like kind of like pro-life kind of talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Unless she's actually
Stephenie
like,
Meyer is...
I'm saying, unless she actually is like principled on it, because the whole idea of like, you know, well, if you were actually pro-life, then like you would actually like want, you know, the whole like unprotected sex, like you wouldn't want that to happen, right?
Yeah.
So if she's actually principled on it, then I guess it would work. But like nobody is, so.
Yeah.
I mean, Stephenie Meyer is a Mormon,
No.
so the pro-life message formed its way.
Wait, that actually makes sense then, because the whole thing
Yeah.
about Mormonism is that like the guy gets the multiple wives, right?
Oh,
So
that
now
does
it's like the opposite.
make sense.
Oh, wait!
That was a very important detail to give us.
So
Yeah,
literally, it's a
see?
fucking like reverse polygamy.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it.
Oh, actually, speaking of that and everything, at the end of this movie, or actually, Mian, you should explain this part with Jacob. What happens
Oh,
there?
no. Oh, okay. For those of you who don't know, the end of this movie ruins Jacob's character forever by turning him into a pedophile. Because what happens is that he goes to try to kill the baby, but then he, like, imprints on her, which basically means that he finds her to be his soulmate. So when she grows up, he's gonna tap that ass. But the thing is that the other werewolves, the werewolves that were mad at him, were gonna go and also kill the baby and the other vampires. But Jacob comes out and is like, "Stop! You can't do that because I imprinted on her." It fucks up everything about Jacob's character.
No, I
You
love
know
like
what?
also when he like says that, the other werewolves are just like, okay, I guess we should go, and just like leave. It's like, I think if anything, they were just more like, dude, what the fuck? Like, and they just like didn't know how to handle this, so they just left.
I mean, how do you handle someone being like, yeah, so I claimed this, like, not even, like, 12-hour-year-old baby to be my bride and everything. And I just met my in-laws for the first time.
Oh, remember when one of you was like, when Jacob looked at Edward, he was like, first we were love rivals, now you gonna be
yeah.
my daddy.
Now instead of you waiting at the end of the aisle for Bella, it will be me waiting at the end of the aisle for your daughter. Like, how is that supposed to be a good idea?
So fucked up.
Ugh.
Stephenie Meyer.
Yeah, and like,
The worst part is we have to watch what these books spawned later on too.
yeah, we do.
Yep.
We have to watch more of those than the Twilight movies, actually.
Isn't that sad?
That is sad. But the thing is, okay, this is very obviously done because Harry Potter did it. But, and even
Yeah.
then, Harry Potter, like, we kind of mentioned that for the Deathly Hallows 1, that, like, it did seem like it wasn't, you know, there wasn't too much that happened.
Mm.
It feels like so much more happened in Deathly Hallows than this movie.
Yeah.
So little happened in this movie.
Yep.
So,
she got married, she got knocked up, and she had a baby.
And Jacob had a bitch fit in the middle of that.
And then
And
he
then he
imprinted
launched
on the baby.
Yeah, and then like that's it. Like that's the whole movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was dumb. It was pretty much as dumb as I thought it would be. I don't know what else to say. Oh, wait, no, there is one more thing we have to mention.
Oh.
Another fucking movie this year that took place partly in Rio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are the fucking odds? Jesus Christ. So
Why are all these movies taking
I
place in
don't
Rio?
know. So
I wish I knew.
Actually, wait,
What,
let me check
third?
something really quick.
For the fourth movie.
Hmm?
This is like the third or the fourth
Third.
movie with Rio de Janeiro.
third
Yeah.
Oh my god, third. Okay.
in 1 year. Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
my god.
and it wasn't even. No, because that was later. Yeah, I had whatever. Weird, random coincidence.
Oh, okay, never mind.
What?
I was wrong about my one thing.
What?
I'll tell you guys afterward.
Okay. But one more movie for this year. Will it also be in Rio? I don't think. Actually, I think I know where this takes place. At least part of it, and it's not Rio.
Okay.
But well, actually, so this next movie, it's another one in a series where we've seen a previous movie from this series, and the previous movie we didn't like that much. But I have heard from many people that the one that we saw previously was, quote, the bad one, and the one we're about to see is, quote, the good one. So, we'll see.
See how true that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not keeping my hopes up that high.
Damn.
Oh.
But, anything else to say about this great movie?
Why did you have to spawn 50 Shades of Grey? That's my only question now.
Why did Stephanie Meyer have to exist?
That too.
She just could have kept her fan fiction on the internet. Wait, this was literally self-insert fanfiction.
Yeah, kind of.
'Cause she was actually-
no personality.
Well, no, because like she was in the movie.
Oh yeah.
She
that's-
made a cameo in the movie, so it's literally self-insert fan fiction. Like literally by the strict definition of the word,
Oh my God.
that's what this is.
She was a self-insert fan in her fictional
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Wow.
Well, anyway, that's it for that. Next time is next time. Bye.
Wake me up inside.
Oh, wrong? No, whatever. I don't care. Bye.